Well, this is the second year or the second anniversary of Michael Jackson's death, and the controversy and the various theories still conspiracy theories still are unfolding. But I met Michael Jackson when he was a teenager in Trinidad in the 70s, and the, of the brothers, I thought that he had the best chance of a special career. And I mentioned him as his brothers. I think the eldest one was upset that I said something like, you have a career, you know what I mean, apart from these brothers, because he was the hardest working of the Jacksons. But as I followed his development and so on, I am enthralled by his various acts and so forth. Although many weren't original, but still he added something to it that made it look as if it's Michael. But I really have to say that I don't think that any of his acts going to be classics. I mean, we have Bach and Handel and Mozart and Brahms and the Hungarian dance and all these stuff, hundreds of years, and it's still very popular and very dear to people's hearts. I think his themes are sort of terrestrial, nothing, you know, of the skies and of heaven, things that will endure forever. And I think what also will cement him from not necessarily becoming a classic, and perhaps eventually he's going to be forgotten, I think is the way he died. Now, his doctor's alleging that he injected himself with this propofol, and that's hilarious and ridiculous because he would have found the needle in his hand, and he might have hurt himself because how would he take it lying down, sitting up? It's like that knocks out real quick. But even his personal nurse was telling him, look, this thing is dangerous, man. But some way, somehow, children stars seem to be locked up in childhood, and they rarely grow beyond that. The education stop. They won't be taking it serious because they're making money and they're famous and all that stuff. But if they were to be able to still grow up normal, go to school, do the math, do the English and the history and the psychology and everything else, go to college, get a good degree, get an education, maybe it would help. But, trying to use something that is used only for surgery and to put you out cold, I know you'll have a certain depth of relaxation and sleep that within maybe 3 hours you could have as much sleep as you would have had before for 8 hours without the proper wall. But I mean, the risk was so real in that if you don't have professionals around, it's not in a real controlled environment, you're going to die. So for this icon to try something like that and use it regularly as a sleeping tool, that showed his brother wasn't thinking straight. Furthermore, I mean, I liked him when he was a black guy. I come for this thing, but he has some skin disease and he become white. And a lot of white kids don't know that he's black. And then he went and had these kids. Some man sperm, some woman, ovum, and then claimed them as his. And I know that, of course, as a foster parent, he would be the best because he would have loved those kids right down to the death. And they had some of his money coming and they would be with him forever and he'd call them his kids. He is the ideal, I think, foster parent, but they weren't his. And so, finally, I don't understand why he had this insatiable desire to shop, just go on and spend a whole bunch of money like for no reason at all, and rack up this big debt, a whole bunch of money, and I mean, like when he said that this is it, on the side, it seems to me that you have to be involved in the occult when you want to make it in society and make a big name and become famous. You got to be an occultic, join the occult stuff. And when you become, a big one and you talk about this is it and it looks as if you're going to leave this occult thing and go back to God, you're going to die. All right? And so having all that big debt over his head, it would look clearly that people figure like, hey, in life he'll never be able to pay us back and maybe in death he would. And that's a good theory. But how we improve that? Who are the people? Who ordered what? I mean, it's so complex and unless somebody can confess, I think it's the conspiracy will never be proven. So I think that he doesn't stand a chance of becoming a classic. And as a person, I love him. You know, I still admire his talent and that little Michael Jackson puts into whatever he does. But as far as somebody who I look up to and want to be like if I were to live my life over again, no, 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 no. There's a small group of people I would like to be like Jesus, maybe Barack Obama. Um, who else? You know, Clinton. Um, Queen is, you know, an outstanding person. Um, Mandela, um, Gandhi, um, you know, and so on. But as far as wanting to be like some of these celebrities out here, no, no, no. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think that his records and his thing is going to be classic and would he be remembered the next 150 years from now, if the world lasts so long.